Well, hey there, I'm Julie Ann here to show you a CMU resource that you may not know about. If you are enrolled in CMU Pro or CMU Grow, you have access to our daily social media guides. My team puts these together. I did not put this one together personally. Kaya from my team did, but sometimes it'll be me, sometimes it'll be Kaya, sometimes it'll be some combination of that. So let's dig in. I am very excited to show you about the guide that we've put together for May 2023. So in case you're wondering how to get to it, it's a little bit hidden, maybe in your dashboard if you've never heard of it or don't know where to go. There's a couple ways to get it. The way that I like to do is just I log into my dashboard. This will be the first page that comes up when you log in. You'll see your name, your photo, all that. And then if you go and hit learn, you can go down to daily social guides and click that. There is another way, I believe, yep, right here. If you scroll past your highlighted course, you can go ahead and hit download guides here and it will take you there. So it is easy to get to once you know where you're going. And once you're there, you can go ahead and click on the month that you'd like to see. I'm going to click on May 2023 since we are at the end of April as I record this and the May 2023 guide is out. So let's dig into this, kind of see what's involved. Once you click on that, you have the ability to download the file. You can print it, or you can also just keep it digital, keep referring to it. That's my preferred way. You can bookmark it in your browser or on your phone or iPad or whatever. However, if you have a team that you work with, you may find it helpful to print certain parts of it. For example, down here, and it's not right at the beginning, it is in the middle, starting on this page right here, looks like page 35, we have a shot list. Now this is specifically designed for you to be able to either print off or copy and hand to a volunteer on Sunday so that they can get all the photos that you would need for the week. Now, bear in mind, we designed this guide to give you an idea of what to post every single day of the week. The thought behind it is if you are, sitting in the office on a random Wednesday and you're like, you know what, we should post on our social media this week. We haven't posted since Sunday or whatever. You can pull open the guide, find an idea that you like. It might be the idea for Wednesday. It might be, the idea for another week, and that's fine. We don't necessarily recommend posting every day if your engagement is low or if you just don't have the bandwidth for that. But we have enough ideas that you can pick the ones that work best for your church and use those. And if you want to post every day, go for it. So these shot lists right at the back are great to hand off to a volunteer, a photographer, a middle schooler who has a phone and just really likes to take pictures. This is awesome. And then make sure that they get those images to you as the person who's going to be posting, and so that you can get your posts ready for the rest of the week. So that's the first part that I wanted to show you. The second part is what I think most people who use this guide are most familiar with, and this is the daily posting inspiration. So if you scroll down here, page 4, super early on, we have the post ideas for every single day of the week. And I'm going to break this down a little bit by the page. We have our inspo image for every single day of the week, so you can kind of see the idea of what it's supposed to look like. This is also helpful if you're trying to communicate an idea to a volunteer, because they might come up to you and they can say, I don't know what this shot list means. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. You can show them this image and say, well, I'd like you to get a photo that's something like this. In this example, I'd like you to get a photo of our pastor preaching that has some blank space, because after I get that photo, I'm going to go into Canva or Photoshop and I'm going to put a verse over the top of it. Okay. Super accessible for you to use. And then we'll have a description of what the post is. This is kind of a way to help you train yourself on how to think about posting. And then we have some potential captions that you can pull and use on your church's social media. Okay. And every single day we have this. I love this idea that Kaya pulled. Tag your first church friend. This is a really fun, engaging post for you to use with your church, so they can kind of talk about you were my first friend at church. I know when I saw this, I thought about one of the first people that I became friends with at my church. And I was like, man, I kind of wish my church was posting this so I could tag her and have a conversation about it. I might text her later. Things like this, you'll see in May that we're heading into Mother's Day. So you'll find some themes like this. This particular one is pulled from our Mother's Day kit, I believe. So this is awesome. And then Don't quote me on that though, because I haven't actually checked. Kaya might have just mocked this up in Canva. And if she did, then that's something you can do as well. Okay, National Day of Prayer on May. There's a lot of really good ideas here. The other thing is, even if you go through the week and you're like, like for example, maybe your church doesn't have small groups running during May, or, they're not open for enrollment or whatever, and you just are having a hard time finding a post that you want to do for a day that you want to post, we do have some bonus posts here at the bottom. These are just all the things that we couldn't fit in or that we thought were a good idea for some churches, but maybe not for others. So then you can go ahead and check. For example, this Cinco de Mayo post, really fun. I think it's a really great idea, especially if you love, Mexican food, or you have any sort of, Mexican heritage in your church, but it's probably not something that every church is going to want to post about. You may have other things you want to post about on May 5th. So this is an idea where you can, get some tacos, plug a local Mexican restaurant, have some fun on Cinco de Mayo. But again, if you don't want to do it, we didn't want to put that in the main post. So we've got these, I think there's 5 bonus posts every month. So that's kind of how it works. If you're watching this video this week, one of the ones that I would recommend is whatever day it is. If you have not posted a sermon recap yet, I would go ahead and do that. This format is really easy to do. Another one that you could do that's very similar is you could pull a snippet from your church's live stream and put some captions on it of your pastor preaching for about a minute, and post that as a reel or a short video on your church's social media, and go ahead and use one of these captions as well. I hope that was helpful. I'm so glad to be able to kind of show you this little bit of a hidden gem inside the CNU dashboard, and let me know what you think.